And today, Ghana is one of West Africa's most stable countries. Since 1992, it has held multi-party elections that have led to peaceful transfers of power. Today, we turn our focus to a prominent force in Ghana's political history, former First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings. She has just written a book called It Takes a Woman. VOA's Paul Ndiho has more on the story.
This is particularly because
you have probably heard of the saying that behind every successful man there is a strong woman. Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings, Ghana's former First Lady, is a perfect example of one. She was thrust into the political limelight when her husband, Jerry John Rawlings, seized power in Ghana in successive coups, first in 1979 and then in 1981. He ruled the country until 2001. Some scholars say the secret to much of Jerry Rawlings' success is his wife. Mrs. Rawlings was elected first vice chairperson of Ghana's National Democratic Congress (NDC) in 2009. 2 years later, she challenged the later President John Mills in a bid to be the ruling party's presidential candidate, but she lost. In 2016, she became the first woman in Ghana to run for president, in an election that dubbed her the African Hillary Clinton. Rawlings lost after garnering less than 1% of the national vote. Her supporters blamed a narrow electoral college and too few women delegates for her defeat. But analysts say, besides Ghana's founding father and first President Kwame Nkrumah, perhaps no other political leader has made such an impact on Ghana than Jerry Rawlings. Mrs. Rawlings is also known for being a fierce advocate for women's rights. She's the founder of the 31st December Women's Movement, an organization that works to eliminate poverty among women and children. In her memoir, Mrs. Rawlings writes about championing the cause of women and underserved citizens, while her husband worked to transform Ghana into a model of African democracy. Today, working-class people widely cite her husband, Jerry Rawlings, as one of Ghana's best presidents. And while they remain an influential political power couple, the country remains split over the Rawlings legacy. Some point to Jerry Rawlings' political association with violence and see him as a military dictator whose forces Revolutionary Council executed 8 senior military officers, including 3 former heads of state. Others are willing to forgive the violence and human rights abuses as necessary steps to achieve lasting change and those who suffered under his rule. In 1992, Mr. Rawlings resigned from the military, founded the National Democratic Congress, and became the first president of the Fourth Republic. He was re-elected in 1996 for a second term. He currently serves as the African Union envoy to Somalia. Ghana has remained a peaceful and thriving democracy, but lags behind other African countries such as Uganda, South Africa, Rwanda in women's political participation. Since 2001, 4 other leaders, all men, have served as presidents. They include John Agyeman Rawlings, was president of Ghana from January 7, 2001 to January 7, 2009. John Evans Atta Mills, president of Ghana from 2009 to 2012. He is the first Ghanaian head of state to die in office. John Dramani Mahama first served as the vice president who later took over the presidency after the death of his predecessor. John Mahama was later elected and served a full term to January 7, 2017. President Nana Akufo-Addo has been in office since January 2017. Paul Ndiho, VOA News.
Thanks, Paul Ndiho, for that interesting report.